stuff. Island talk, boys. We are a week out from Fight Island officially going down. 4 weeks of UFC fights on an island out in Abu Dhabi, Yas Island. Now UFC 251 is next week, and we are going to talk a little bit about UFC 251. But with all the focus being on 251 and the 3 title fights, what I wanted to do was ahead of that. Ahead of all the fights going down, I wanted to give a little bit of focus on the other fights because we haven't talked about. There's 3 other fight cards that are going down during those 4 weeks at Yas Island. What is the best fight card outside of UFC 251? Because you have a couple of really, really good ones in there. Calvin Kattar, Dan Ige, Joseph Benavidez, Figueiredo 2 for the flyweight title, and Darren Till versus Robert Whittaker, all happening. Of those, 3 fight cards, what would you say is the one you're most excited for?
I probably have to say Fight Night 174, which is being headlined by Whittaker and Till. I like that the most. Has Alex Oliveira, got the return of Gus, Fabricio for the comeback, and then we got Betch Kohei on the early prelims. We get to see her again if she decides to make weight. So I for me, that's personally the one that I'm the most excited for.
Betch the GOAT, Kohei. Yeah, that's an awesome card, man. I think Whittaker Till is about as good as a good fight you're gonna get, and then Shogun and Little Nog, the trilogy. Alex Oliveira, Peter Sabata. That one's gonna be a really, really fun one. And then Gus is back. Very great card. In my opinion, though, I personally think I'm slightly more excited for Calvin Kattar, Dan Ige. That is the second Fight Night card that's going to be happening on Yas Island. It's happening only a few days after UFC 251. I think it's happening on a Wednesday. And on that one, Calvin Kattar, Dan Ige, 2, in my opinion, boxing-wise, 2 of the greatest guys in the promotion. Dan Ige is riding a, 6-fight winning streak? He beat, quote-unquote, Edson Barboza last time out. I thought he lost that one. He beat Mirsad Bektic before that, Kevin Aguilar. He's on a really great streak. Calvin Kattar, on the other hand, last time out, knocked out Jeremy Stephens not that long ago. He knocked him out at UFC 249 in May. And then he lost to beat, controversially, I might add. And then he beat Ricardo Lamas, Chris Fishgold before that. In my opinion, the greatest pure boxer in the UFC. And this is a really great fight to kind of help usher in whoever is going to, kind of move on to title contention in the UFC. Both guys are pretty young. Both guys have a lot of potential, but both guys have yet to face the top 5 in the promotion. Also on the card, though, Pedro Munoz, Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar moving down to bantamweight, which is crazy. The guy used to be a UFC lightweight champion, but he lost 3 of his last 4 at featherweight, including, all of his losses were pretty bad, too. He got knocked out by Chan Sung Jung, got knocked out by Brian Ortega, and then the Max Holloway fight, he just couldn't touch Max for the entire 5 rounds, so pretty bad losses. So he's moving down. He's facing Pedro Munoz. Pedro is one of the best guys in that division. He's ranked number 7. Knocked out Cody Garbrandt, knocked out Brian Caraway, beat Rob Font. He has a lot of really good names. Ran into Aljamain Sterling a couple months back, but still a very, very high-quality fighter. And then other fights such as Carlos Esparza, Marina Rodriguez, Chris Fishgold, Jared Gordon, Molly McCann's back, Tim Elliott, Ryan Benoit, which is a really, really good fight. Probably one of my most favorite fights to happen. Abdul Hazak Al Hassan is back. This dude is the most dangerous. Very rarely do we see anybody with the power like Al Hassan has. He has 11 fights, Of all those fights, he has 1 loss. It was to Amiri Akhmedov. It was a split decision, kind of a boring fight. Outside of that, every single one of his fights, he's won by knockout in the first round. Some of those, just in seconds. Sabah Almasi, he knocked out Charlie Ward in 53 seconds. His last time out, he knocked out Nico Price in 43 seconds in one of the greatest 1-minute fights I've ever seen. Basically, there's 3 punches at each other. Landed every single one. That was an amazing fight, and he's finally back after a very controversial legal situation, which I'm not exactly going to get into because there's no point. But yeah, he's back. He's been cleared of that. Finally back, and a win here probably put him in the rankings. So it's an awesome fight right there. But outside of, now we talked about cards as a whole, what is the best fight as a whole across all 4 weeks of Fight Island? I'm not even talking about fight card, talking fight as a whole, and 251's included here. So what is the one you're most excited for?
Oh boy.
I know it's a lot of pressure, but like if you were to just throw one out there from any card.
See, the thing is, there's one card on here that's not too long from now that has multiple fights that I think you can make that argument for. Let's put it like that. Man, but man, I think it's too hard to narrow it down to one. But I think
let's do top three then.
Oh, top three. Okay, so for me, obviously Max, the return of Max. It's Rose Andrade. And then, what's it called? Till Whitaker.
Ooh, that's a really good top three.
It's not. But let me say this: it hurts me because I wish I could put Kamaru Burns in there because I think that's just as good. But I like the story for the first two, and then who doesn't love some Darren Till?
Darren Till, Robert Whitaker. I said it earlier. That's probably one of the greatest matchups we're gonna get all year.
Yeah, that's a story banger.
That's a certified banger right there. I'm a little bit worried that that'll be, like, people hated Darren Till and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson way back in the day because it was just two guys being very, very technical and not really liking it. But I think that one, I'm a little bit worried people were going to hate that one because it'd probably just be two guys that are really technical going at it. And sometimes fans don't appreciate that. I still think it's going to be an awesome fight, though. Now that we narrowed it to a top three, I'm really glad because I could throw in some of my hipster picks because I didn't even know the answer when I asked you that question of my favorite fight, so I could throw in like three. Peter Yan, Jose Aldo. I don't think either one of these guys should be getting a bantamweight title shot, and yet here they are fighting for the vacant title. But with that being said, this is one of the greatest striking matchups I feel like we're going to see in a long, long time, like in years. Jose Aldo is one of the greatest strikers in the UFC, man. Like he's so entertaining. He's never been in a bad fight outside of the Alexander Volkanovski. Let me take this back. Outside of the Alexander Volkanovski fight, that fight sucked. And like, no offense to Volkanovski, he's been in a lot of kind of not super entertaining bouts lately. But I still think Jose Aldo is still one of the most entertaining guys. I thought he beat Marlon Moraes. Even then, Peter Yan, I also think doesn't deserve to be here. He's the best guy he's beaten was a 41-year-old Uriah Faber. Regardless, still a super entertaining guy, a very fun striking matchup. So I'm going to throw that one there in my top three. The other one, Deiveson Figueiredo versus Joseph Benavidez too, man. That first fight was a really, really fun fight. And I think like this one's to determine the flyweight champ after Cejudo is officially gone. I'm really, really excited for that one. I thought the first fight was amazing. And I really want to see if Joseph Benavidez can get his redemption. Obviously Figueiredo missed weight, and obviously there was a headbutt situation, which led to Benavidez being knocked out. So it's controversy all around in that one. So really, really fun fight. And I really want to pick Whitaker Till. I really, really do because you said it. But if you said it, you're giving it the shine. I'm going to go Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns. That fight is – I honestly don't even know who to pick. We're a week out, and I still have no idea. Gilbert Burns – is as hot as a fighter as we have seen in a long time. He's just on such a tear right now. It's hard not to pick him. And then he was also trained with Kamaru Usman. But Kamaru Usman also on one of the greatest tears we've seen in the UFC in a long time. Long, long time. And he's just dominating virtually everybody outside of Colby Covington in the UFC. He literally has. Leon Edwards, Warley Alvarez, Emil Meek, the GOAT, Damian Maia, Rafael dos Anjos, Tyron Woodley, Colby Covington. The dude has all the names, and he just moved. If you guys don't know, he's moved camps to he left American Top Team, to go train with Trevor Whitman and Justin Gaethje out in Colorado. I am really, really excited to see what Trevor Whitman can do, who in my opinion is the greatest MMA coach in the moment. I'm really excited to see what he can do with Kamaru Usman striking, because the guy has a lot of great technical ability and a lot of power. So I'm really, really excited to see what he can do out there in Colorado with Whitman and Gaethje. But yeah, I believe that's all